Hello everybody, it is Marty McConnell, the Off-Grid Gecko here, and today I'm doing an unboxing. So this is the Black Max 18-inch 2-cycle string trimmer, blah 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 blah. I'm going to crack this guy open and take a look. It's supposed to be raining for a while, but I'm going to take it out and see how it does too. Now they make two of these. Well, they make several of them because of course every company's got to make 18 different versions of the same freaking thing nowadays. But they also make a 4-cycle engine which will run on regular gasoline. I just went with the 2-cycle because I've always got a can of chainsaw gas laying around. I'm not going to talk a whole lot, just going to get into this. Oh, look at that. It just opens right up. Now this is a Walmart special, of course. I am curious to see what kind of attachments this will take from other brands, specifically because I may not want the same brand of this or the same brand of that, or if I have to switch the unit out at some point, which I imagine I will, that I can reuse my attachments with whatever new unit I get. I don't like having to repurchase stuff 18 times. So I'm tired of tearing up lawnmowers. Lawnmowers are expensive, and every time they hit a rock, I just bend a blade to shit. And there's a lot of rocks out there. So I thought maybe this might be overall a better kind of thing for my situation. I don't have to mow everything. I don't need to have a clean, pretty, pristine front yard. But there is some stuff that I want to get rid of, especially in the walking paths, just to keep the ticks down. Also, a lot of things going on. As you can tell, the desk behind me is a mess. I've got projects going on for days, like hollowing these guys out and, you know, maybe some of that. Now this is a pretty lightweight unit. As far as I know, it's 12 pounds. I mean, I've got guns that weigh more than this that I can carry around all day, so not a huge deal. So here's our attache piece with the trimmer on it and more plastic and instructions. The instructions are 1 page. That seems pretty reasonable. Comes with a head with a little tap to make it work thing. Okay, and we got some string. I'm also going to be taking this out and doing some work with it because I want to see what she can do. I've got a lot of heavy brush out here, saplings and things like that, so I may have to get a brush hog attachment for it, but I've got some stuff for it today that was fairly cheap, so we'll see how some of that works. It's like it's got a nice little 2-button system here. We'll see how that works out. And a bunch of parts. Yay, I love parts. I eat them for breakfast. This spark plug looks like it's attached out of the box. Got a pretty decent sized fuel tank on here. And apparently it's got a carburetor that gums up easily because it doesn't want you to use ethanol fuel. What do you suppose this thing is? Take care of that later. Take care of that later. Don't need this anymore. Don't need this anymore. Alright, and we got a box full of stuff. And instructions. Yay, and more plastic. Got some kind of little guard on here. Got some extra string. It didn't say string on the box, so I assumed it wasn't going to come with any. So I just got another roll of string. We'll get to that in a minute. 2-cycle engine oil and a little half-gallon mixer. It looks 1 gallon. I've got a 5-gallon tank out there, so I don't use these. Looks like we got a handle and we got a guard. Okay. which obviously attaches to that thing. Don't need instructions for that, but I am going to need a pretty heavy duty screwdriver, it looks like. And it's not any kind of slip fit, so I am definitely going to have to take that screw out. Damn plastic. Press the primer 10 times. Good God! That's a whole lot of priming. Apparently, this guy's compatible with Ryobi brand attachments. So anything that works with Ryobi should work with this. I don't know why there's a piece of plastic on here to protect the fucking sticker. Come on, people. This is not what plastic's for. Handle position here. Ooh. Glad they got that out of the way. Let's see if we can get her to... Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. But that is, it looks like a little square in there. So square shaped attachment pins. Doesn't look too terribly bad. Apparently there's 18,000 inspectors inspecting this in Vietnam. So hopefully they inspected it good. The gas cap absolutely sucks. Oh God, that's just horrible. But I guess that'll do. I may have to use a funnel to get gas in here. And it looks like they've got this seated in here where it'll only go one way so that you can't screw it up. And that driver would come in handy right about now. It's got a little button click on it and a little square post in there with grease on it. So apparently this may need to be greased periodically. With those square holes lined up with that. That guy's lined up there, and there we go. And just click. And just like that, we have a trimmer. We got a little stop button. There's a little eye hook here. I guess you can attach that to something and hang it. Probably for some of the other attachments. A little zoom. I'm going to read some instructions and then we'll fill this guy up with gas and see what it'll do. So that guy I think was 120 bucks. The 4-stroke was 180 bucks and I was really considering getting it, but always strapped for cash. I'm also going to test out this little guy, Weed Warrior, and I'm hoping that this trimmer head will fit on there. We'll find that out. It looks like a pretty universal type of deal. So this is basically, it has these little plastic blades spin around and apparently chop bigger stuff. It says cutting grass and light brush. So I don't know what the definition of light brush is, but I can only assume that their definition differs from mine. But we'll see. So I got that guy. I also got a spool of this Weed Warrior commercial grade, whatever that means, twisted trimmer line. It looked like it was pretty tough stuff. Why not? I'll give it a shot. And like I said, I was going to buy trimmer line anyways because I wasn't sure if that was going to come with any or not. So now we've got some trimmer line, and this stuff by comparison looks quite wormy compared to this stuff. So, but we'll see. Now I've got two different ones to test. See which one works and which one don't. As far as this guy, I don't think this cuts as big of a swath either, so hopefully this will chop through like a little 1/2-inch sapling. But won't know until we try, right? So, right. I also got some little heavy-duty cleaning sponges because I need those. So I've done about 3 gas tanks full of weed eater. It's working pretty well. Got a nice little swath carved behind me over there. Right down through there. Going around some different stuff. Look, I'm wearing PPE. How about that? Personal Protective Eye Pro. Because I'm tired of stuff flying up and hitting me in the face. So, initial calculations show, and I could be wrong, that this gray stuff here is better than this orange stuff here for me. Maybe it's because of the sharper edges. I don't know. this stuff just seems to work a little better, be a little tougher. So I'm rolling with that for now. I'll probably, that's what I have in here at the moment. And when this runs out, I'll probably burn through the rest of this real fast and then just stick with the gray stuff after that. That little yellow thing with the cutting blades on it, it cuts a little bit better than the string, but not really that much. And it's even less with the gray string, it's less of an improvement. So it's like, go through all the trouble of getting this stupid head off, replacing it, finding the right nut, and putting everything together. It's like, it took me about 10 or 15 minutes to figure out that this thing was threaded on, backwards and or reverse threads and things like that. And as you can see, when I review something, and this isn't even a review, I use it. I've got grass all over this motherfucker. So I'm not just basing this on what was written on the packaging. You're welcome. So I'm going to go do some more cutting. I'm going to see how much it upsets the bees and try and do a little in the bee yard. And then when they get pissed off and start stinging me, then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to try to cut down basically that whole back section of the garden area. That way everything's laying down and it's all covered in mulch. And maybe then I can plant some stuff back there without having all the weeds come up. I got all kinds of stuff going on in the garden. Let me show you that real quick while we're on the topic of gardens, because this is actually kind of neat. So, you see that back there? Alright, so the kale from last year has gone absolutely freaking berserk. I can eat off that crap forever. Kale from this year has gone absolutely berserk. My onions down here are looking quite soylent and green, but they're already throwing scapes up and they don't have full-size bulbs, so I totally screwed something up there. Nothing else really coming up. Tomatoes are still alive. I think in this climate, in this part of the world, you really can't get away with planting stuff until the middle of May, which is now. So maybe I'll jump on that in the next couple weeks and I'll get some more of these plots planted out. And myself out of string. Sucked one of these little monkeys right out of the ground. I don't know if it broke it off or not, but these are pretty rotten. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, I think it's kind of hard to screw up a 2-cycle engine this size. So, made in China, made in Taiwan, doesn't matter. Made in Vietnam, I think. Hold on. I saw it stamped on here actually, now that I think of it. Made in Vietnam. Yeah, doesn't matter. It's hard to screw up a 2-cycle engine. All of them are probably mass produced in China and just shipped out to these other countries anyways. So, it really doesn't make that big of a difference unless you want to get into some really expensive manufacturer. You're buying the same crap. Just a different label on it. And all in all, for 120 bucks, I'm pretty sure that $10 worth of string is going to last me quite a while. So, yeah, I'm good with it, man. Good with it. And I didn't actually pull off 16 feet. I just kind of, it's probably more like 12. I just did 2 stretches like this of string and then popped it in there, which is about what I'm going to do with the rest of this crap. I'm going to figure out where I set my knife down this time. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you later. Apparently, these are already cut 16 feet. That thing lined up with that thing. Put this thing through that thing. Uh-oh. Now you fucker. Bumblebees. That thing. Ugh. Don't you brr me. Brr, brr, brr. Brr, brr. That ought to be good.